All right, guys, I'm going to show you how to make a Christmas wreath or a holiday wreath inside Scratch to decorate your cards with. So first and foremost, we probably don't need the cat for this one, but it's okay. So I'll get rid of him, and I'll grab a background just to show you, maybe like a house or something inside a house somewhere. Um, Something simple. Let me see here. Um, could do the Winterland, I guess, again, but I'll do the room. I'll do the room. Okay, so we're going to put a wreath up on maybe this wall back here. And we'll also make it flashlights. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is come down here and you want to hit the paint tool. Okay, the paint tool, it's right in the middle. So you're actually going to draw your own sprite on this, which is pretty cool. You're going to need a circle, but first I want to make it obviously kind of a green, a dark green probably. Uh, and what we're going to do is we're going to draw us a circle. Maybe one like about like that big. It might be a little bit big for a wall, but that's okay. You can always shrink it down later. Make it a little bit more wide. There we go. So the next thing we want to do is actually erase the inside of it because they tend to be kind of in the middle, but 10 is way too small. So maybe like 50. See how that works. Yeah. And when you erase here, you want to click right in the center. Okay, and that makes you like a donut, but then you want to kind of go around it and just click, 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 click. Okay, because it's not going to be perfect. These are plants, right? So you want that kind of weird, kind of not perfect shape. Okay. Um, the next thing you want to do is kind of just barely have it touch the outside edge. So it's not a perfect circle, right? And if you make a mistake like that, it's kind of almost too big there, that last one. I can always hit Control and Tab Z and undo. Here we go. But then when you do that, you have to come back here and reset this. So I'm going to set it back to 50. All right, and I'm going to just kind of go around. Just doing it's giving that kind of that irregular look that, when you got leaves and, parts of a tree, it will be. So these are conifers. Evergreen trees are kind of conifers. And so I'm going to keep just kind of going around and do that a little bit. I don't like that one. So I'm going to have to reset this. It's okay. We all make mistakes. Get a little bit more in. Okay, so you can kind of see it's starting to look a little bit like a wreath. Okay, something like that. And so, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're all human, right? Okay, so the next thing we want to do is add some Christmas lights on it. And you can do the same thing with making a tree. A tree would be nothing more than a triangle. Same idea, but I'm going to show you how to add some Christmas lights to it. So first thing I'm going to do is zoom in a little bit so I can see it a little bit more clearly. And you can see it more clearly too. Okay, yeah. So the next thing we're going to do is add some Christmas lights, and they tend to look like kind of like a ball. So we're just going to grab some colors, and we're going to make us some circles. So like that. And now to get a hold of them, we get to zoom in so you can see that little cross thing, and then you're just going to place them anywhere you want on it. And we're going to actually make them twinkle or change colors. Let me try something over here. Sure, that's kind of a weird color, but why not? Something like that. And they don't have to be all the same size. So I can hit Control C and then Control V, and I can duplicate them. So then I can have a blue one over here too. And the same thing over here. I can click on it, make sure it's selected, hit Control C and hit Control V. And then I can duplicate it again. So I'll do a few more different colors. Okay, there's a maroon one again. So I'm going to change the color on that one. Maybe we'll make it kind of bright yellow. I don't know, just to be fun, different. I click on it and oops, I got to select it. So I go to the select tool, draw a box around it and grabs it. I'm going to hit Control C and Control V so I can duplicate it. Just going to put them kind of all over. And you kind of look up in the image here, it's starting to look like a little cute little wreath, right? And then I'm going to do it again one more time. Okay, and I'll put this over here, just kind of like that. So it looks like it has some different lights, some different things on it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a little bow on the bottom, and just a little bow. I'm going to make it bright red. Sure, I can make that bright red too, so that's fine too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with a rectangle this time, and maybe something a lot like this. So if you think what a bow is, it's going to be something that looks kind of like a bow tie. So it's going to be pinched at the middle. So we're going to have to use the eraser tool again. And I'm going to go a lot smaller than 50, maybe like 20. See how that looks. Yeah, that might work. And I want to leave this top corner alone. I want to come in maybe about like right here, and I want to kind of just dip up and down. Oops, I made a mistake there, that's for sure. Let me go back to, make this down a little bit smaller, actually, even than that. Get 15 maybe. All right, I'm going to go down to the center and then back up. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and same thing. Start from the corner, go up. You'll see why it doesn't have to be perfect in a minute. And then just kind of clean up this little area there. And then you're going to grab it and put it right in the center. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but it shouldn't be perfect, right? Okay, so now I'm going to zoom out again. Okay, so here's my whole thing. Now I want to make it so it twinkles. In other words, the light should change colors. So what I have to do now is I want to grab the whole thing. I do want to group it. And then I want to copy it. And then I want to, whoops, actually, never mind that. I don't need to copy it. I can just duplicate it. I come over here, I click on it, and then I right click and I hit duplicate. And now I've got two of the exact same thing. So the only thing to make this twinkle is I just have to make these lights, okay, a little bit different colors. So I did group a little bit too quickly. I should have, so I'm going to have to ungroup it. Grouping it makes it so you can move it as a single object, which I'm going to do here, right here, just to center it. Same thing here, just to center it. But I'm going to ungroup it, okay? I shouldn't have grouped it quite so quickly. So I want to grab hold of each one of these lights. So I'm going to go in a little bit more. I'm going to grab that light. I'm going to change the color, maybe to dark blue. Let's go work my way around. Change it to some other color. It doesn't really matter which, you know, you can just have fun with it. Whatever you think it should be. Just kind of randomly changing these. And, you know, kind of fun. Maybe purple over here. Dark purple. Make a red over here, I guess, just because you have red in Christmas, right? Or any holiday season type stuff. Okay, something like this. So now, if we look over here at our image, okay, so we've got our wreath. It's going to look like it changes colors. So if we make some code in here, okay, so if we, for example, have an event, say when it starts, it's clicked, or maybe when the object's clicked. How about when the sprite is clicked, right? It's kind of cool. It's going to, maybe it does this forever, and I'll have it wait 1 second in between. So I'll fix that in a second. Let me pull the wait out here. I'll need that in a minute. But I'm going to have it next constant, and then wait a second. So now it should look like basically, so you could have this over on the side. So when the sprite is clicked, so it kind of looks like it's changing. And if you wanted to change to more colors, all you would have to do is simply just add another costume. You could duplicate the skin and just make the colors change again and again. So that's one simple way of making a Christmas wreath. Okay. Nice little simple Christmas wreath you could have going in the background. Okay. Going back to the code, I could, instead of having it when it's clicked, I could also do something like under the events when the green flag is pressed, or when a certain key is pressed. So whatever you would like. Okay. All right. So that's how you can make a very simple wreath in Scratch.